Turn that thing off, soldier!
Sorry, Colonel, there is no personnel allowed in here.
Lost in Space debuted on September 15, 1965, and during its short run, the show underwent significant changes to adapt to the evolving television landscape. It essentially transformed into 3 distinct series over its 3 seasons, which adds to its intrigue and makes it a captivating subject for analysis. Guy Williams, who portrayed Dr. John Robinson, faced a series of disappointments that ultimately led him to step away from acting. The initial excitement of being part of a groundbreaking sci-fi series soon faded as the show struggled with inconsistent writing and shifting themes. Williams found himself disillusioned with the direction the series took, feeling that it deviated from the original vision. The character of Dr. Robinson, meant to be a strong, heroic figure, became overshadowed by the show's chaotic narrative shifts. This frustration, combined with the pressures of fame and the desire for more meaningful roles, contributed to his decision to leave the acting world behind. The complexities of his experience on Lost in Space reveal much about the challenges faced by actors in the industry.
Any ideas? Of course.
In the first season of Lost in Space, the show presented a black and white sci-fi adventure that captivated audiences with its thrilling storylines and imaginative settings. The Robinson family, along with their robot companion, faced various challenges as they navigated the dangers of space. The stark visuals of black and white added a certain gravity to the series, enhancing the sense of peril and exploration. However, when the second season arrived, a significant transformation took place. The series transitioned to color, marking a shift not only in cinematography but also in the overall tone of the show. This change was strategic, as Lost in Space found itself scheduled against the popular Batman series, which had a light-hearted and whimsical appeal. To compete, Lost in Space adopted a more colorful and playful approach, incorporating humor and lighter themes into its narratives. This evolution reflected the changing tastes of the audience and the need for the show to adapt to maintain its viewership. The vibrant colors and upbeat storylines in the second season created a different atmosphere, making it distinct from the more serious tone of the first season. The contrast between the 2 seasons highlighted the show's ability to evolve and respond to the competitive landscape of television during that era. In the final season, the third season, the crew and the Robinson family embark on a journey that takes them off the planet and into a series of increasingly creative and bizarre adventures. This season is marked by a sense of whimsy and imagination as the stories become more outlandish and entertaining. The production team faced challenges typical of a science fiction series, particularly in terms of budget constraints. To address these challenges, the show became known for its clever recycling of props and effect shots. The team would take original items, apply a little glue and paint, and transform them into entirely different products. This resourcefulness not only helped cut down on production costs, but also added a unique charm to the series. Viewers could often spot familiar items reimagined in new contexts, showcasing the creativity of the show's designers. The ability to repurpose materials allowed the series to maintain its adventurous spirit while navigating the practicalities of television production. The result was a season filled with imaginative storytelling and a playful approach to the challenges of creating a beloved sci-fi series.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be a king anyway. There's no fun in it.
Of course there isn't. And in the meantime...
The production costs of the Jupiter 2 in the 1965 television series Lost in Space were notably high, surpassing those of the iconic Starship Enterprise from Star Trek. The Jupiter 2 had a production cost of about $350,000, which translates to approximately $25 million in today's currency. This significant investment was reflected in the detailed design and technology featured in the show. The Jupiter 2 was equipped with actual computers, which added to the authenticity and futuristic feel of the series. These real computers were part of the set, contributing to the show's appeal and helping to create a believable environment for the characters. The high production costs were a testament to the ambition of the creators, who aimed to deliver a visually stunning and technologically advanced series that would captivate audiences. The investment in the Jupiter 2 not only showcased the innovative spirit of the time, but also set a standard for science fiction television that would influence future productions. The combination of advanced technology and creative storytelling made Lost in Space a memorable part of television history.
I knew it.
and he wanted to do something about the air conditioner in his cabin.
The iconic computers from the 1965 TV series Lost in Space have left a lasting impression in the realm of science fiction. One of the most notable is the Burroughs B205, a computer that was manufactured by a real company known for producing business machines in St. Louis. The B205 is characterized by its large boxy design, which features an array of blinking bulbs that create a mesmerizing visual display. This computer also has 3 knobs across the bottom, adding to its unique and retro aesthetic. In Lost in Space, viewers can see 3 of these units prominently set at the controls of the Jupiter 2, the spacecraft that serves as the main setting for the series. The presence of the Burroughs B205 not only enhances the show's futuristic feel, but also connects it to the technological advancements of its time. The design and functionality of these computers have inspired many other sci-fi settings, making them a memorable part of the genre's history. The B205's distinctive look and role in the series have solidified its status as an iconic piece of sci-fi technology, showcasing how real-world innovations can influence and shape fictional narratives. The combination of its visual appeal and its association with a pioneering company in the tech industry makes the Burroughs B205 a fascinating subject for fans of both Lost in Space and the evolution of computers in popular culture.
The robot to send out a few crazy signals, and they worked.
Crazy, huh?
Real crazy.
Irwin Allen pitched the idea of Lost in Space to a CBS programmer named James Aubrey, who immediately fell in love with the concept. This enthusiasm led to the development of the series, which would go on to become a significant part of television history. A couple of weeks later, Gene Roddenberry approached the same CBS programmer with his own idea for Star Trek: The Original Series. However, Aubrey turned down Roddenberry's pitch, believing that Lost in Space had more commercial potential. This decision would shape the landscape of science fiction television in the 1960s. Lost in Space premiered in 1965 and quickly gained a following, featuring the adventures of the Robinson family as they navigated the challenges of space travel. The series combined elements of adventure, drama, and humor, appealing to a wide audience. The contrast between the two shows highlights the different visions of space exploration during that era, with Lost in Space focusing on family dynamics and whimsical adventures, while Star Trek aimed for a more philosophical exploration of humanity's future. The choice made by CBS not only influenced the careers of both creators, but also left a lasting impact on the genre.
Major, you irk me.
I wonder what kind of a guidance and propulsion system it has.
Well, I got...
It's kind of interesting that we associate the classic 1965 TV series Lost in Space with the catchphrase "Danger, Will Robinson, Danger, Will Robinson." This phrase, however, was only uttered once throughout the entire series, which produced a total of 83 episodes. The more frequently heard warning was simply "Danger, Danger," without any specific name attached to it. This phrase appeared numerous times during the show, creating a sense of urgency and suspense. The reason "Danger, Will Robinson" has stuck in popular culture is likely due to its catchy rhythm and memorable delivery. It evokes a sense of adventure and peril that resonates with viewers. The character Will Robinson, portrayed by Billy Mumy, became a symbol of innocence and bravery in the face of danger. The show's blend of science fiction and family dynamics captured the imagination of audiences, making it a beloved classic. The robot's warnings, though often generic, contributed to the show's tension and excitement, leaving a lasting impression on fans. The phrase has transcended the series, becoming a cultural reference point for expressing imminent danger in various contexts. The legacy of Lost in Space continues to thrive, reminding us of the show's unique charm and the memorable moments that have become part of television history.
Him down. I'm afraid none of us would be here now to tell the tale. We'd have been devoured.
Oh, what?
The theme song of Lost in Space is notable not only for its catchy melody, but also for its connection to a legendary composer. John Williams, who later gained fame for composing the music for the Star Wars franchise, was responsible for writing both versions of the theme song for the series. The first version was introduced in the show's initial 2 seasons, capturing the adventurous spirit of the Robinson family's journey through space. This version set the tone for the series, blending a sense of wonder with a hint of danger as the family navigated the unknown. In the 3rd season, a new version of the theme song was introduced, reflecting changes in the show's direction and style. This second version maintained the essence of the original, while offering a fresh take that resonated with the evolving narrative. Williams' ability to create memorable and impactful music contributed significantly to the show's identity, making the theme song an enduring part of its legacy. The music not only enhanced the viewing experience, but also became a recognizable element of the series, leaving a lasting impression on fans. The evolution of the theme song throughout the series mirrors the growth of the characters and their adventures, showcasing Williams' talent in capturing the essence of storytelling through music.
Well, we won't be making any noise around that propulsion unit for quite a while.
What's the trouble?
I was hoarding our...
The robot costume used in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space was quite a remarkable piece of engineering, but it came with its challenges. Weighing in at a hefty 250 pounds for the upper section, and an additional 100 to 125 pounds for the lower section, the suit was notably top-heavy. This design flaw became particularly evident during the filming of the episode titled The Space Trader, which aired in 1966. The director made the decision to film a scene where the robot was supposed to run up to the Jupiter 2 ramp from a distance. Bob May, the actor inside the suit, had to wear the full robot costume for this sequence. As the scene unfolded, Angela Cartwright, who played Penny Robinson, inadvertently stepped on the tow cable of the robot while running in front of it. This unexpected action caused a sudden jerk, which, combined with the top-heavy nature of the suit, resulted in the robot toppling over backwards. This moment was captured on film, and viewers can see the robot fall for a split second. Inside the suit, Bob May experienced a rough ride, being knocked around and almost losing consciousness from the fall. Fortunately, he emerged from the incident without serious injuries, and the suit itself sustained minimal damage. Filming resumed shortly after, showcasing the resilience of both the actor and the costume in the face of unexpected challenges. Initially, Irwin Allen was very keen to enlist the help of NASA for the television series Lost in Space. The space agency was equally interested in using the show as a platform to promote their work and the exciting developments in space exploration. They saw the potential for a partnership that could benefit both the series and their public image. However, after several conversations with Allen, NASA began to realize that the producer had little interest in maintaining scientific accuracy in the storyline or the portrayal of space travel. This lack of commitment to realism led NASA to distance themselves from the project. They understood that while the show could entertain audiences, it would not serve as an accurate representation of their work or the scientific principles behind space exploration. As a result, the collaboration that once seemed promising faded away, leaving Lost in Space to chart its own course, without the guidance or endorsement of the space agency. The series ultimately became a blend of adventure and fantasy, focusing more on entertainment than on the realities of space travel.
I'll be needing you quite soon now.
It has been long rumored that Dr. Smith was only supposed to be on the show for a few episodes, and then be killed off. This idea, however, is not true, and likely stems from a scenario imagined by Jonathan Harris, the actor who portrayed Dr. Smith. Throughout the run of the series, Harris was listed as a special guest star. This unique billing occurred because the contracts for the other 6 main actors were already set before the show went into production. The title of special guest star was actually done at Harris's request, and the producer agreed to this arrangement. Harris's portrayal of Dr. Smith became iconic, and his character evolved into a central figure in the series. His charm, wit, and often comical villainy captured the audience's attention, making him a beloved character. The dynamic between Dr. Smith and the Robinson family added depth to the show, creating memorable moments that resonated with viewers. As the series progressed, Dr. Smith's character developed further, showcasing a blend of cowardice and cunning that kept audiences engaged. The decision to keep Dr. Smith in the series allowed for richer storytelling and character interactions, solidifying his place in the hearts of fans. The character's journey from a self-serving antagonist to a more complex figure contributed significantly to the show's legacy.
You know what? You're gonna do it before nightfall. Because if you don't, I am personally going to use this shovel to dig.
As the series progressed, the kissing scenes between John and Maureen Robinson were toned down. This change was not due to any censorship demands, but rather a creative decision aimed at keeping the audience engaged. The producers recognized that the majority of their viewers were juveniles, and they wanted to avoid scenes that could be perceived as boring, embarrassing, or alienating. The romantic elements between the characters were initially more pronounced, But as the show continued, the focus shifted to adventure and family dynamics. This adjustment allowed the series to maintain its appeal to younger audiences while still exploring the relationships among the characters. By toning down the romantic gestures, the creators ensured that the show remained accessible and enjoyable for all viewers, particularly the children who made up a significant portion of the fanbase. The emphasis on adventure and teamwork over romantic tension helped solidify Lost in Space as a beloved classic that resonated with families.
Place?
Hey, this is one of the machines that the aliens left when they came.
Initially, the show was titled Space Family Robinson, but CBS decided to change it due to concerns that the title was too similar to the Disney film Swiss Family Robinson. This decision was influenced by the fact that Gold Key Comics had already been publishing a comic book called Space Family Robinson, which featured a different Robinson family lost in space prior to the television series. The overlap in titles created potential confusion and legal issues. After some negotiations regarding rights, the studios reached an agreement with Gold Key Comics. This deal allowed Gold Key to rename their comic to Lost in Space, which cleared the way for the television series to adopt the same title. The change not only resolved the legal concerns but also helped to establish a unique identity for the show. Lost in Space became a beloved series, capturing the imaginations of viewers with its adventurous spirit and family dynamics set against the backdrop of outer space. The title change played a crucial role in the show's branding and legacy, allowing it to stand apart in the crowded landscape of science fiction entertainment.
Check.
The show's creator, Irwin Allen, had a complex reputation on the set of Lost in Space. According to some cast members, he was not a very positive influence during production. His serious approach to the work often created a tense atmosphere. Many felt that he took things a little too seriously, which did not help him endear himself to the people involved in the show. Despite his success with various films and television projects, Allen was known for being difficult to work with. This reputation seemed to overshadow his achievements, as the cast and crew sometimes found his demeanor challenging. The tension on set may have affected the overall experience for those involved, even as the show gained popularity. Allen's focus on the project and his high expectations could lead to friction, making it hard for some to enjoy the creative process. His legacy in television is marked by both his successes and the challenges he posed to those who worked alongside him.
Returned.
That's an order.
You can no longer tell me what to do.
If you ever noticed any similarities between the robot on Lost in Space and Robbie the robot from the 1956 sci-fi classic Forbidden Planet, you probably won't be surprised to learn that they were both designed by Robert Kinoshita. Kinoshita's work on these iconic robots has left a lasting impact on the genre. Robbie the robot, known for his distinctive design and personality, actually made a guest appearance in 2 episodes of Lost in Space. In one episode titled War of the Robots, he appeared as a robotoid, showcasing his advanced capabilities and charm. This crossover delighted fans of both series, as it brought together 2 beloved characters from different eras of science fiction. In another episode in 1967, Robbie took on the role of a prison guard, further demonstrating his versatility as a character. The connection between these 2 robots highlights the creativity and innovation of Kinoshita, who helped shape the visual language of science fiction television. The legacy of Robbie the robot continues to resonate with audiences, reminding them of the imaginative worlds that early sci-fi created.
Him out.
Partway through the first season, the producers of Lost in Space began to feel lukewarm about Dr. Smith's antagonistic role. They decided to give actor Jonathan Harris the freedom to explore his character more creatively. This change allowed Harris to gradually ramp up Dr. Smith's personality, making him more flamboyant and humorous. One of the most notable aspects of this development was the growing dynamic between Dr. Smith and the robot. Their exchanges, filled with witty insults and playful banter, took on a life of their own. The goofy nature of their interactions resembled a classic Laurel and Hardy routine, which resonated well with the audience. Viewers found themselves entertained by the comedic tension and the absurdity of Dr. Smith's antics. This shift not only added depth to Dr. Smith's character, but also provided a lighter tone to the series, making it more enjoyable for fans. The chemistry between Dr. Smith and the robot became a highlight of the show, showcasing how a character's evolution can enhance a series' appeal.
Right away. Oh, and until our food supply returns to normal, we're gonna have to get by on emergency water supply and high-protein pills.
After Lost in Space, Guy Williams stepped away from acting, marking a significant shift in his life. He had gained fame for his role as Zorro on television from 1957 to 1957 to 1961, where he captivated audiences with his charm and swashbuckling heroics. In 1965, he took on the role of Dr. John Robinson in Lost in Space, a serious sci-fi series that initially aligned with his expectations. However, as the show progressed into its second and third seasons, Williams became increasingly disappointed. The tone of the series shifted, becoming sillier and straying from the serious narrative he had anticipated. This change left him feeling misled about the direction of the show. He faced challenges with the production, which contributed to his growing dissatisfaction. Ultimately, he was relieved when the series was canceled. With a successful investment strategy behind him, he decided to leave Hollywood and move to Argentina, where he spent the rest of his life away from the spotlight.
How are we coming along?
Where have you been?
Helping your father and Major West set up the force field.
William Paley, the CBS chairman, had strong feelings about the television series Lost in Space. He took great pride in CBS's reputation for producing quality and thoughtful programming. However, he found himself perplexed and frustrated by the show's popularity. Despite its success with audiences, Paley could not understand why viewers were drawn to a series that he personally disliked. His disdain for the show was so pronounced that he instructed the executives under him to cancel it as soon as the ratings began to decline. This reflects a broader tension in the television industry during that era, where the tastes of the audience did not always align with the preferences of network executives. Paley's insistence on maintaining high standards for programming clashed with the reality that Lost in Space had captured the imagination of many viewers, leading to a disconnect between the network's leadership and its audience. The show continued to air despite Paley's wishes, illustrating the complexities of television production and the challenges of balancing artistic vision with commercial success.
Well, come on then.
The production cost of Lost in Space was about $130,000 per episode, which was considered a modest amount for a show of its type in early 1968. As the final third season episode titled Junkyard in Space was being produced, the cast and crew were led to believe informally that the series would return for a fourth season. The producer had even ordered new scripts for the upcoming season, indicating a sense of optimism about the show's future. However, a few weeks later, CBS announced a list of returning television shows for the 1968-1969 season, and Lost in Space was notably absent from that list. The network never provided a clear reason for the cancellation, but it was widely speculated that CBS simply did not favor the show, despite its popularity with audiences. Fans had embraced the series, enjoying its unique blend of adventure and science fiction, yet the network's decision ultimately led to its end.
This is Alpha Control. 0.
As we leave the thrilling adventures of the Robinson family behind, a new journey awaits. What became of the beloved cast of Lost in Space after the cameras stopped rolling? The stories behind the actors are as captivating as the show itself. From the charming yet mischievous Will Robinson to the strong-willed Dr. Maureen Robinson, each cast member faced their own unique challenges and triumphs in the years that followed. Did they find success in other roles, or did they struggle to escape the shadow of their iconic characters? Join us as we delve into the lives of these talented individuals, uncovering the paths they took after the series ended. Discover the unexpected twists and turns that shaped their careers and personal lives. From Hollywood fame to quiet retirements, the journeys of the Lost in Space cast are filled with surprises that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Stay tuned as we explore the legacy of this classic series and the real-life adventures of its stars.
Share this glorious moment together. Maureen?
Right there.
James Westerfield portrayed Dr. Marvello in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, a character shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Dr. Marvello was a magician with a dark edge, captivating the audience with his enigmatic presence. Westerfield's performance added depth to the character, making him memorable in a series filled with fantastical elements. His ability to convey both charm and menace left a lasting impression on viewers. After Lost in Space, Westerfield's career continued, but he faced significant challenges. He struggled with typecasting, often being seen as a character actor in supporting roles. His filmography included appearances in various television shows and movies, but none reached the iconic status of his role in Lost in Space. In his personal life, Westerfield faced hardships, including battles with alcoholism that affected his career and relationships. He was known for his reclusive nature, often avoiding the public eye. Despite these struggles, he remained dedicated to his craft until his passing in 1971. The details of his later years are sparse, leaving a sense of mystery surrounding his life after fame.
William, I have come to the end of my strength.
Let's look a little longer.
We're just...
Al Lewis portrayed Zalto in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, a character that embodied a blend of menace and intrigue. Zalto was a powerful alien who sought to manipulate the Robinson family for his own gain, showcasing Lewis's ability to convey both charm and danger. This role marked a significant moment in his career, allowing him to explore darker themes in a family-oriented show. After Lost in Space, Al Lewis faced various challenges in his life. He struggled with typecasting, often being seen only as a character actor. Despite this, he found success in other roles, including his memorable portrayal of Grandpa Munster in The Munsters. However, his personal life was marked by hardships. Lewis faced financial difficulties and battled health issues later in life. He was known for his outspoken nature, which sometimes led to controversies, including a public feud with a television network over his treatment as an actor. In his later years, Lewis became an advocate for various causes, including the rights of the elderly. He remained active in the entertainment industry until his passing in 2006. His legacy continues to resonate with fans of classic television, though details about his final years remain sparse.
He'd be very grateful, and so would I.
Oh, we would. We definitely would.
Do you understand?
Woodrow Parfrey's portrayal of Colonel Silas Fogey in the 1965 series Lost in Space left a lasting impression on viewers. His character, a blend of authority and eccentricity, added a unique layer to the show's narrative. Parfrey's performance was marked by a distinct ability to balance humor with a sense of foreboding, making Fogey a memorable figure in the series. After Lost in Space, Parfrey's career continued with various roles in television and film, including appearances in The Twilight Zone and The Wild Wild West. However, his life was not without challenges. Parfrey faced personal hardships, including struggles with alcoholism, which affected both his career and personal relationships. He was known for his intense personality, which sometimes led to conflicts on set and in his personal life. In the late 1970s, Parfrey's health began to decline, and he became increasingly reclusive. He passed away in 2006, leaving behind a legacy marked by both his artistic contributions and the shadows of his personal battles. The last known information about him highlights a man who, despite his struggles, made a significant impact on the entertainment industry.
And quantity, the secret of success in business.
What do these do?
Dennis Patrick portrayed Kima in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, a character that added a layer of intrigue to the show's narrative. Kima, a mysterious figure, was known for his enigmatic presence and complex motivations, which left a lasting impression on viewers. Patrick's performance was marked by a blend of charm and danger, capturing the essence of a character caught between loyalty and betrayal. After Lost in Space, Patrick's career continued in television and film, but he faced significant challenges. He struggled to find roles that matched the impact of Kima, leading to a gradual decline in his visibility in Hollywood. Personal hardships also marked his life. He faced financial difficulties and battled with substance abuse, which affected both his career and personal relationships. In the late 1970s, Patrick attempted a comeback but was met with limited success. His later years were shrouded in mystery, with little public information available. The last known details about him suggest he lived a quiet life away from the spotlight, with no significant updates on his well-being or activities.
Banishment?
Banishment, exile, call it what you like. We're going camping like a pair of Boy Scouts.
John Carradine's portrayal of Archon in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space showcased his ability to embody complex characters. Archon, a mysterious and powerful figure, was a reflection of Carradine's own enigmatic persona. His performance was marked by a haunting intensity, drawing viewers into the depths of his character's motivations and desires. Carradine's rich voice and commanding presence added layers to Archon, making him a memorable antagonist in the series. Beyond Lost in Space, Carradine's career spanned several decades, with notable roles in classic films like The Grapes of Wrath and the Ten Commandments. However, his life was not without turmoil. Carradine faced personal hardships, including struggles with alcoholism and the tragic loss of his son, actor David Carradine, who died under mysterious circumstances in 2009. This event cast a long shadow over Carradine's later years, as he grappled with grief and the complexities of family dynamics. In his final years, Carradine continued to work in film and television, but his health declined. He passed away in 1988, leaving behind a legacy of diverse roles and a life filled with both triumphs and tragedies. His story remains a testament to the darker sides of fame and the human experience.
Cease your efforts. Give me the shovel at once.
Guy Williams portrayed Dr. John Robinson in the 1965 series Lost in Space, embodying a character marked by intelligence, leadership, and a deep sense of responsibility for his family. Williams brought a gravitas to the role, navigating the challenges of space travel while maintaining a protective demeanor towards his children. His performance resonated with audiences, making him a memorable figure in science fiction. After Lost in Space ended in 1968, Williams faced a turbulent career. He struggled to find roles that matched the impact of his iconic character. His attempts to transition into film were met with limited success, leading him to explore opportunities in theater and voice acting. Personal hardships also shadowed his life. He faced financial difficulties and the pressures of typecasting. Williams moved to Argentina in the 1970s, where he found renewed fame as a television actor. Yet his life remained marked by a sense of longing for the recognition he once had. In his later years, Williams lived a quieter life, often reflecting on his past. He passed away in 1989, leaving behind a legacy that continues to intrigue fans. The last known information about him highlights a man who, despite his struggles, remained a beloved figure in the hearts of many. Marta Kristen portrayed Judy Robinson in the 1965 television series Lost in Space, a role that made her a recognizable face in American pop culture. Judy, the eldest daughter of the Robinson family, was depicted as resourceful and brave, often taking on challenges that showcased her strength. Kristen's performance resonated with audiences, but the show's abrupt end left her searching for new opportunities in a changing industry. After Lost in Space, Kristen faced significant challenges. She struggled to find roles that matched her early success, leading to a period of relative obscurity. In the 1970s, she transitioned to voice acting and appeared in various television shows, but the shadow of her iconic role lingered. Personal hardships also marked her life. She experienced a tumultuous marriage that ended in divorce, which took a toll on her mental health. In later years, Kristen embraced her past, attending conventions and engaging with fans. She has shared her experiences, reflecting on the darker aspects of fame and the pressures of the entertainment industry. As of the latest updates, Marta Kristen remains active in the community, often reminiscing about her time on Lost in Space while navigating the complexities of her life. Mark Goddard portrayed Major Don West in the 1965 television series Lost in Space, a role that defined his early career. As the brave and resourceful pilot, Goddard brought a sense of authority and charm to the character, often serving as a protector to the Robinson family. His performance resonated with audiences, but the show's campy nature and mixed reviews overshadowed his talent. After Lost in Space ended in 1968, Goddard faced challenges in finding substantial roles. He appeared in various television shows and films, but none matched the impact of his earlier work. In his personal life, Goddard encountered hardships, including a tumultuous marriage that ended in divorce. He struggled with the pressures of fame and the typecasting that often followed actors from popular series. Despite these challenges, he found solace in teaching acting and mentoring young performers. In recent years, Goddard has largely stayed out of the public eye, with little information available about his current activities. His legacy remains tied to Lost in Space, a reminder of a time when he captivated audiences with his portrayal of Major Don West.
Well, what do you know? He's finally decided to come.
Daniel J. Travanti portrayed the enigmatic space hippie in the 1965 series Lost in Space. His character, a free-spirited wanderer, embodied the counterculture movement of the 1960s, challenging societal norms and exploring themes of peace and love in a futuristic setting. Travanti's performance was marked by a blend of charm and mystery, leaving a lasting impression on viewers. After Lost in Space, Travanti faced significant challenges in his career. He struggled to find roles that matched his early success, leading to a period of obscurity. Personal hardships also plagued him, including battles with addiction that threatened to derail his career. Despite these struggles, he found redemption in the 1980s with a notable role in Hill Street Blues, which earned him critical acclaim and several awards. In his later years, Travanti became involved in various charitable causes, reflecting a commitment to social issues. As of the latest updates, he remains a private figure, with little public information about his current activities.
Dr. Smith, please.
Really, madam?
What can I do for you, sir?
I'm Security Officer Bollocks.
Royal Dano portrayed Major Domo in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, bringing a unique blend of charm and gravitas to the role. His character served as a robotic assistant, embodying a mix of loyalty and humor that resonated with audiences. Dano's performance was marked by a distinctive voice and commanding presence, which made Major Domo a memorable part of the show's ensemble. Beyond Lost in Space, Dano's career spanned several decades, with notable appearances in films like The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance and The Last Picture Show. However, his life was not without challenges. Dano faced personal hardships, including struggles with alcoholism, which affected his career and relationships. He also dealt with the pressures of typecasting, often being seen as a character actor rather than a leading man. In his later years, Dano became reclusive, retreating from the public eye. He passed away in 1994, leaving behind a legacy marked by both his contributions to film and television and the shadows of his personal battles. The last known information about him highlights a man who, despite his struggles, left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry.
The robot and me.
The robot and I, dear.
Go on, Will.
Henry Jones portrayed Jeremiah Smith in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, a character marked by a complex blend of wisdom and mystery. Smith's role as a scientist and a figure of authority often placed him in morally ambiguous situations, reflecting the darker themes of the show. Jones brought depth to the character, making him memorable despite the series' campy nature. After Lost in Space, Henry Jones faced significant challenges in his career. He struggled to find roles that matched the impact of his earlier work. His later performances included appearances in various television shows and films, but none achieved the same level of recognition. In his personal life, Jones dealt with hardships, including financial difficulties and the pressures of fame. He faced a scandal in the late 1970s when allegations of misconduct surfaced, casting a shadow over his reputation. Despite these challenges, he remained dedicated to his craft, often taking on smaller roles in theater and independent films. The last known information about Henry Jones indicates he continued to work in the industry until his passing in 2011. His legacy endures through his memorable performances and the impact he had on fans of Lost in Space. Michael J. Pollard portrayed the boy in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, a character that captured the imagination of viewers with his youthful curiosity and adventurous spirit. Pollard's performance was marked by a blend of innocence and mischief, making him a memorable part of the show's ensemble. His portrayal resonated with audiences, showcasing his ability to embody complex emotions despite the show's fantastical setting. After Lost in Space, Pollard's career continued with notable roles in films like Bonnie and Clyde, where he earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. However, his career was not without challenges. Pollard faced personal hardships, including struggles with substance abuse that affected his professional life. He often found himself typecast in quirky roles, which limited his opportunities in more serious projects. In his later years, Pollard lived a reclusive life, often avoiding the spotlight. He faced financial difficulties and health issues, which added to the shadows of his once bright career. The last known information about Pollard indicates that he passed away in November 2023, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumph and tragedy.
There we are now. Water break. Will?
Michael Rennie portrayed the Keeper in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, a character shrouded in mystery and darkness. The Keeper was a menacing figure, representing a threat to the Robinson family as he sought to capture and control them. Rennie's performance brought a chilling depth to the role, showcasing his ability to embody complex characters. His portrayal left a lasting impression, adding a layer of intrigue to the series. After Lost in Space, Rennie's career faced challenges. He struggled to find roles that matched his earlier success. Despite his talent, he became somewhat typecast, often appearing in similar villainous roles. Personal hardships marked his life as well. He battled alcoholism, which affected both his career and personal relationships. Rennie faced a tumultuous marriage to actress and model, but the union ended in divorce, adding to his struggles. In his later years, Rennie continued to work in television and film but never regained the prominence he once had. He passed away in 1971, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances. The last known information about him reflects a man who, despite his talent, faced significant personal demons and challenges in his life.
Just a second.
No, right now.
What is it?
Well, look at the scanner.
Werner Klemperer portrayed the character Bollix in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space. Bollix was a mysterious and enigmatic figure, often shrouded in intrigue. Klemperer brought a unique depth to the role, blending charm with an underlying sense of danger. His performance left a lasting impression, showcasing his ability to navigate complex emotions and moral ambiguity. Klemperer's career spanned several decades, but he is perhaps best known for his role as Colonel Klink in Hogan's Heroes, which earned him 2 Emmy Awards. Despite his success, Klemperer faced personal hardships. He was a Jewish refugee who fled Nazi Germany, a traumatic experience that haunted him throughout his life. His family suffered greatly during the Holocaust, which shaped his worldview and artistic expression. In his later years, Klemperer struggled with health issues, including a battle with cancer. He remained active in theater and television until his passing in 2000. His legacy endures through his memorable performances and the resilience he displayed in the face of adversity. Last known information indicates that Klemperer passed away on December 6, 2000, leaving behind a rich tapestry of work and a story of survival against the odds.
Or just a title.
Now, that is a profession. I collect the creatures of the universe, 2 of every kind.
Francine York portrayed Nyalani in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, a character that stood out for her mysterious allure and captivating presence. Nyalani, a beautiful alien, brought a sense of danger and intrigue to the show, showcasing York's ability to embody complex roles. Her performance left a lasting impression, but it was just one chapter in a life filled with both triumphs and struggles. After Lost in Space, York's career continued with notable appearances in various television shows and films, including roles in The Twilight Zone and Batman. However, her personal life was marked by challenges. She faced the pressures of Hollywood, including typecasting, and the struggle to find substantial roles as she aged. York also dealt with the heartbreak of losing her mother to cancer, a tragedy that deeply affected her. In the late 1990s, York faced a significant health scare when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She fought bravely, using her experience to advocate for awareness and early detection. Despite these hardships, she remained resilient, continuing to work in the industry and participating in charity events. As of the last known information, Francine York passed away on January 6, 2022, at the age of 90. Her legacy endures through her memorable performances and the impact she made on those who knew her. Jonathan Harris brought a unique blend of charm and cunning to the role of Dr. Zachary Smith in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space. His portrayal of the self-serving, often cowardly character became iconic, overshadowing the show's original premise. Harris infused Smith with a theatrical flair, making him both a villain and a source of comic relief. This complexity resonated with audiences, securing his place in television history. After Lost in Space ended, Harris faced challenges in his career. He struggled to find roles that matched the popularity of Smith. Despite this, he continued to work in television and film, often typecast in similar roles. His personal life was marked by hardships, including a tumultuous relationship with his family. He faced financial difficulties and battled depression, which he later described as a dark period in his life. In his later years, Harris found some solace in voice acting, notably in animated series. He remained a beloved figure at conventions, where fans celebrated his legacy. Jonathan Harris passed away in 2002, leaving behind a complex legacy of a man who was both a beloved character and a troubled soul. His life serves as a reminder of the often hidden struggles behind the glitz of fame.
and urges him to prefer the hostile and uncharted wastes of deep space to the comfort and security of Earth.
Fritz Feld portrayed Mr. Zumdish in the 1965 series Lost in Space, a character marked by his eccentricity and comedic flair. Zumdish, a quirky alien, added a layer of humor to the show, showcasing Feld's talent for blending comedy with science fiction. This role was a highlight in Feld's extensive career, which spanned several decades, and included appearances in films and television, often playing characters that were quirky or eccentric. Feld's life was not without its shadows. He faced personal hardships, including the loss of his first wife, which deeply affected him. He struggled with the pressures of fame and the fleeting nature of success in Hollywood. Despite his comedic persona, Feld dealt with bouts of depression and anxiety, often feeling overshadowed by younger actors in the industry. In his later years, Feld continued to work in television but gradually faded from the spotlight. His last known appearances were in the late 1980s, after which he lived a quiet life away from the public eye. He passed away in 2000, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances that still resonate with fans today. Warren Oates portrayed Jimmy Hapgood in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, a character marked by charm and a sense of adventure. Hapgood's role as a con artist added a layer of complexity to the show, showcasing Oates' ability to blend humor with a darker undertone. This performance was a stepping stone in Oates' career, leading to more significant roles in film, where he became known for his gritty portrayals in movies like The Wild Bunch and Two-Lane Blacktop. Despite his success, Oates faced personal hardships. He struggled with alcoholism, which affected his relationships and career. His tumultuous marriage to actress and model Ruth Ann ended in divorce, adding to his emotional turmoil. Oates was known for his intense personality, which sometimes led to conflicts on set. He was involved in a notorious incident during the filming of The Wild Bunch, where his dedication to realism led to dangerous situations. In his later years, Oates continued to work in film and television but faced health issues. He passed away in 1982 from a heart attack, leaving behind a legacy of complex characters and a life marked by both triumph and tragedy. His last known information reflects a man who lived intensely, both on and off the screen, embodying the struggles of an artist in a challenging industry.
In exactly the places I told you to. And you know what? You're gonna do it before nightfall.
Strother Martin portrayed the character Naram in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space. His role as Naram was marked by a blend of authority and mystery, showcasing Martin's ability to embody complex characters. His performance added depth to the series, making him a memorable figure in the show's landscape. Martin's career spanned several decades, with notable roles in films like Cool Hand Luke and Butch Cassidy and The Sundance Kid. He often played characters that were tough yet vulnerable, reflecting his own life struggles. Off-screen, Martin faced personal hardships, including battles with alcoholism that affected his relationships and career. He was known for his intense personality, which sometimes led to conflicts with directors and co-stars. Despite these challenges, he remained a respected figure in Hollywood. In his later years, Martin continued to work in film and television, but his health began to decline. He passed away in 1980, leaving behind a legacy of powerful performances. His last known information reflects a life filled with both triumph and turmoil, a testament to the complexities of his character both on and off the screen.
Last week, you'll recall, we left Dr. Smith with Will Robinson, both unaware that they're...
Angela Cartwright portrayed Penny Robinson in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, capturing the hearts of viewers with her youthful charm and resilience. As the middle child of the Robinson family, Penny often found herself in precarious situations, showcasing both bravery and vulnerability. Her character's journey through the unknown mirrored the challenges Cartwright faced in her own life. After Lost in Space ended, Cartwright struggled to find her footing in Hollywood. She faced typecasting, which limited her opportunities. Despite this, she transitioned into a successful career in photography and art, exploring her creative passions outside of acting. However, her life was not without hardship. In the late 1970s, she experienced a personal crisis when her marriage ended, leading to a period of introspection and reevaluation of her life choices. In recent years, Angela Cartwright has remained active in the entertainment industry, attending conventions and engaging with fans. She has also published books reflecting on her experiences in show business. As of now, she continues to share her artistic journey and memories from her time on Lost in Space, maintaining a connection to her past while embracing the present.
Brilliant idea. Do you think it would work?
It's scientifically feasible. How?
Bill Mumy portrayed Will Robinson in the 1965 series Lost in Space, a role that made him a household name. As the young boy lost in a futuristic world, Mumy's performance captured the innocence and bravery of youth. However, the fame that came with the role was a double-edged sword. After the show ended, Mumy faced the challenge of being typecast, struggling to find diverse roles in an industry that saw him only as the boy from Lost in Space. Mumy's career took various turns, including music and voice acting, but personal hardships loomed large. He battled the pressures of early fame, which led to a tumultuous period in his life. Mumy faced struggles with substance abuse, a common plight among child stars. He also dealt with the complexities of growing up in the public eye, which strained his personal relationships. In recent years, Mumy has embraced his past, attending conventions and engaging with fans. He remains active in the entertainment industry, working on projects that reflect his diverse talents. As of now, he continues to share his experiences, offering insights into the darker side of fame and the resilience required to navigate it.
Even see who isn't even there give you things.
He just took a piece of his roof apart and there they were.
His roof? You're crazy.
Albert Salmi portrayed Alonzo P. Tucker in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, a character marked by a blend of charm and menace. Tucker, a con artist, brought a dark edge to the show, showcasing Salmi's ability to embody complex, morally ambiguous roles. His performance left a lasting impression, highlighting his talent for portraying characters with hidden depths and troubled pasts. After Lost in Space, Salmi's career continued with notable roles in film and television, including appearances in The Twilight Zone and The Fugitive. However, his personal life was fraught with challenges. He faced financial difficulties and struggled with the pressures of fame. In 1990, Salmi's life took a tragic turn when he was involved in a domestic dispute that ended with the death of his wife, leading to his own suicide shortly after. This dark chapter overshadowed his artistic achievements, leaving a haunting legacy. The last known information about Salmi is that he remains a figure of intrigue, remembered for his talent and the tragic circumstances that marked his life.
Sometimes have ways of doing things which, to wiser heads such as you and I, may seem a little strange.
June Lockhart's portrayal of Maureen Robinson in the 1965 series Lost in Space marked a significant chapter in her career. As the matriarch of the Robinson family, she embodied strength and resilience, navigating the challenges of space travel while maintaining a nurturing presence. Her character was often the moral compass, facing dangers with a calm demeanor that resonated with audiences. After Lost in Space, Lockhart continued to work in television and film, but her career faced ups and downs. She starred in various guest roles and made appearances in popular shows, yet she struggled to find a role that matched the impact of Maureen Robinson. Personal hardships also shadowed her life. Lockhart faced the tragic loss of her daughter Anne, who died in a car accident in 2017. This event deeply affected her, leading to a period of mourning and reflection. In her later years, Lockhart remained active in the entertainment industry, participating in conventions and engaging with fans. As of the latest updates, she is known to be living a quieter life, reflecting on her storied career and the challenges she has faced.
I wish I could say something optimistic, Maureen.
Please don't. I don't think I could stand it.
Wally Cox portrayed the character Tiabo in the 1965 series Lost in Space, bringing a unique blend of charm and vulnerability to the role. Tiabo, an alien with a gentle demeanor, served as a foil to the more aggressive characters, showcasing Cox's ability to convey depth through subtle performance. His portrayal resonated with audiences, yet it was a stark contrast to the tumultuous nature of his personal life. Cox's career began in the 1950s, where he gained fame as a comedian and voice actor. He was known for his work on television and in films, often playing quirky characters. However, behind the scenes, Cox faced significant challenges. He struggled with depression and battled alcoholism, which affected his relationships and career trajectory. His friendship with Marlon Brando was well known, but it was also marked by the complexities of fame and personal demons. In the years following Lost in Space, Cox's career waned, and he took on fewer roles. He faced financial difficulties and personal hardships, including the loss of loved ones. His later years were spent in relative obscurity, and he passed away in 1973 at the age of 48. The circumstances surrounding his death were shrouded in mystery, leaving fans to ponder the life of a man who brought joy to many while grappling with his own shadows. Last known information indicates that his legacy continues to be remembered by fans of classic television, though the details of his final years remain largely unknown.
And rising.
Who asked you?
Dad, can't we open the windows?
No, son, it's hotter outside than it is in...
Michael Ansara portrayed the ruler in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, a character marked by a commanding presence and a chilling demeanor. His performance captured the essence of a tyrant, showcasing a blend of authority and menace that left a lasting impression on viewers. Ansara's ability to convey complex emotions through subtle expressions added depth to a role that could have easily fallen into cliché. Beyond Lost in Space, Ansara's career spanned several decades, with notable roles in shows like Gunsmoke and the voice of Mr. Freeze in Batman the Animated Series. However, his life was not without turmoil. He faced personal hardships, including a tumultuous marriage to actress Barbara Eden, which ended in divorce after 16 years. The split was marked by public scrutiny and allegations of infidelity, casting a shadow over his personal life. In later years, Ansara battled health issues, including a struggle with diabetes that led to the amputation of his leg. Despite these challenges, he continued to work in television and film until his health declined. The last known information about Ansara indicates he passed away in 2018, leaving behind a legacy of diverse roles and a life filled with both triumphs and trials.
Hey. Game. Game.
John Abbott portrayed the enigmatic character Sesmar in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space. His role as Sesmar, a mysterious figure who manipulated events from the shadows, showcased Abbott's ability to embody complex characters. His performance left a lasting impression, adding depth to the show's narrative. After Lost in Space, Abbott's career continued, but he faced significant challenges. He struggled with typecasting, often being seen only as a villain or authority figure. This limited his opportunities in Hollywood. In his personal life, Abbott faced hardships that darkened his later years. He battled alcoholism, which affected both his career and relationships. Scandals surrounding his personal life often overshadowed his professional achievements. Despite these struggles, he remained a dedicated actor, taking on various roles in theater and television. The last known information about John Abbott indicates that he lived a reclusive life in his later years, distancing himself from the public eye. He passed away in 1996, leaving behind a legacy marked by both talent and turmoil.
Destroy this monstrous thing, at once ruin and disaster will follow. We will all suffer a horrible fate.
Mercedes McCambridge portrayed Sibylla in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, bringing a haunting depth to the character. Her performance was marked by a blend of vulnerability and strength, capturing the audience's attention in a show that often leaned on fantastical elements. McCambridge's ability to convey complex emotions made Sibylla a memorable figure, even in a series filled with eccentric characters. Beyond Lost in Space, McCambridge's career was filled with both triumphs and turmoil. She was an accomplished actress and voice artist, known for her work in films like All the King's Men, which earned her an Academy Award. However, her life was marred by personal struggles, including a tumultuous relationship with her mother and a battle with alcoholism. In 1972, she faced a scandal when she was accused of being involved in the death of her son, a tragedy that haunted her for years. Despite these challenges, McCambridge continued to work in theater and voice acting, lending her talents to various projects. In her later years, she became an advocate for addiction recovery, sharing her experiences to help others. The last known information about her indicates that she passed away in 2024, leaving behind a legacy marked by both artistic brilliance and personal darkness.
Animal noises produced by predator Canis lupus. Volume and pitch indicate predator to be in...
Alan Melvin portrayed Enforcer Claudio in the 1965 series Lost in Space, a character marked by a menacing presence and a complex moral ambiguity. Claudio's role as an enforcer added tension to the narrative, showcasing Melvin's ability to embody darker characters. This performance stood out in a series often filled with whimsical adventures, allowing Melvin to explore the depths of villainy. After Lost in Space, Melvin's career continued with notable roles in television, including appearances on The Brady Bunch and All in the Family. However, his life was not without challenges. Melvin faced personal hardships, including struggles with alcoholism which affected his relationships and career trajectory. Despite these difficulties, he managed to maintain a presence in the industry, often taking on voice roles in animated series, showcasing his versatility. In his later years, Melvin remained relatively private, with little public information about his life. He passed away in 2008, leaving behind a legacy of diverse performances and a complex personal history.
That pipeline. Of course I do. And now if you'll excuse me, I must retire. When one works so hard, one requires...
Gerald Moore portrayed Morbus in the 1965 TV series Lost in Space, a character shrouded in mystery and darkness. Morbus was a menacing figure, embodying the themes of manipulation and control, which resonated with the show's exploration of survival in an alien world. Moore's performance brought a chilling intensity to the role, making Morbus a memorable antagonist in the series. After Lost in Space, Moore's career continued in television and film, but he faced significant challenges. He struggled with typecasting, often being seen as a villain due to his strong screen presence. This limited his opportunities in more diverse roles. Personal hardships also marked his life. He battled alcoholism, which affected both his career and personal relationships. Despite these struggles, he remained a respected figure in the industry. In his later years, Moore's health declined, and he faced financial difficulties. He passed away in 1968, leaving behind a legacy of complex characters and a haunting presence in the world of television. The last known information about him highlights a life filled with both triumphs and tribulations, a testament to the darker side of fame.
Today is Thursday. The month is March. The year
Never
is...
mind the year, you ninny.
As we wrap up our journey through the classic 1965 series Lost in Space, we reflect on how the lives of the cast transformed after the show. From Guy Williams, who became a beloved figure in the world of television, to June Lockhart, who continued to shine in various roles, each actor faced unique challenges and opportunities. The series itself faced hurdles, including fluctuating ratings and a shift in audience preferences, yet it remains a cherished part of many childhoods. Did you watch Lost in Space as a child? What memories do you have of the Robinson family's adventures and their encounters with the mysterious robot? Perhaps you remember the excitement of the show's special effects or the lessons learned from their struggles in space. We invite you to share your stories and experiences in the comments below. Your memories are a vital part of the legacy of Lost in Space, and we would love to hear how this iconic series impacted your life.
Smith! Smith!